shit. Shakam just texted me. Salakia. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
We're GMS West Palm. And first, we would like to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
We'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. We'd like to give salutations to the Akim, preaching the gospel across the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.
Yeah, man. You know, we here, man. Once again, you know, 2020 is upon us, so-called 2020, because we know the years is off. You know, we were talking about evolution the other day, and we were saying, hey, Shakam, Salakia, I just saw your text come through, brother, but Salakia, I can't get to it right now. But, you know, we were talking about evolution, and we're supposed to be in 2020. If the world was so many billions years old, then why are we only in 2020? You know, that's how you know Esau got shit fucked up. And as far as his times and his laws, you know, and things that he's changed, you know, but we're the times that we're living in now are going to be very grievous for the unbelievers, are going to be very tumultuous and dangerous. And so that's why, can somebody get 2nd Ezra 15 chapter unless you was holding the precept? You got precept? Okay, come on. Yeah, because the times that we're living in, man, we're living in a time of faith. You know, we're living in a time of the Lord being gloried upon faith. 15. I think you start at like 2 or 3. You start from the top.
The 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
And that's what we're doing. You know, a couple years ago was the year of prophecy, you know, and so now it's 2020, and that's what we've been doing for the past, you know, the apostles for decades now. But we're speaking into the ears of his people, the children of Israel, you know, because we're here for the elect, man. You know, like the apostles say, we're not here for everybody. We're not here for the unbelievers and the naysayers. We're here to try to resurrect the elect. All right, go ahead.
I'll just read it again. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
That's right. Which I will put in thy mouth, because the Lord, this is not of us. All right, we didn't ordain this to happen. You know, what is that? John 16 and 15. It says, because I have chosen you out of the world, you have not chosen me. All right, so the Lord said he's going to put the words in our mouths and through Yahushua, because according to Revelation 19 and 10, Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. So we're speaking Yahushua. We're breathing. We're like literally breathing for all those who thought that he was dead, for all those who don't believe that he's risen. We're speaking life through Yahushua. He said, I am the truth, the way, and the life. So we're shalom.
It's actually the Lord doing all these things. So when the enemies, they're fearing because they see, I don't know if they see the spirit of the Lord, but they see everything that the Lord has been saying. Mm-hmm. So we're out there on our highways and byways, and we're prophesying. We're doing these videos, and we're bringing out the words of the Most High, and these things are actually coming to pass, man. Mm-hmm. Like the fruit is actually, the fruit is increasing, and our enemies, they're nervous about that.
They're getting afraid, man. They're getting afraid. The Lord is going to bring us tests. All right, he's going to bring us trials. He said he's going to purge us through the fire. Whenever time you heard of purging through the fire, and it was easy. All right, anything that's going through some fire is going to be changed when it comes out. All right, continue there, brother.
Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
All right, and cause them to be written in paper because they are faithful and true. All right, so, Edomites, what do? They'll write lies down on paper. All right, and they'll pass that to their children. Lies. But the Lord gave us faithful, true words. Okay? So we got something that the words that are written, we don't have to change it. We don't have to put our own, of course, every brother put their own spirit on something, but we don't have to put a spin on the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And so the Lord said his words are faithful and true, man. All right?
All right, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
That's right. They said, let not the incredulity, all right, the disbelief of these people trouble us. Because best believe we're standing in the world of non-believers. All right, think about, if you really think about the breakdown of how the destruction of the world is going to come. He said, I got 144,000 men reserved. I got 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Then you got billions of nations, and you got billions of 2/3 out there, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about that, you're one brother. You know, that's why he said one shall chase 1,000. You know what I'm saying? So one brother is in this pool around, like you ever seen a fucking mosh pit where the Edomites be throwing each other in and shit, and they be, you know, that's like you being just surrounded by your enemies. So those are all those that don't believe, man. You know, you're in a pit of people that don't believe. So the Lord says, let not your heart be troubled. Okay, that's also James 14:1. John 14:1. Slack it. Go ahead.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
That's right. And I love that scripture, man. All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Because is that not prophecy, and is that not a promise of the Lord? Okay, so if you don't believe, you're gonna die. It's simple. It's really simple and plain cut on that, man. If you don't believe, you're gonna die. All right. I want to get John 14:1 real quick. It says, John 14:1, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. All right. So, hey, let not your heart be troubled, because through Yahweh Shai, we have faith. Through Yahweh Shai, we have belief. Through Yahweh Shai, we have promises. We have prophecy. All right. So that's why our heart's not supposed to be troubled. What's your heart? Your mind. All right. So don't, in the times of great adversity and time of affliction, it's not when you decide to take another path. Hey, stay on the path. Just like Eli said in Book of Eli, where you heading? West. Stay on the path. Stay on the path. Stay on the path. All right? That's how you got to be, man. We got to stay on the path, because, once again, this is that straight gate. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens when you stray from the path? You're going to end up in a bad situation, man. You're going to end up with death, because that's when you decided not to believe. When you take a counter route, as opposed to the Lord saying, come this way, follow the light, and then you're going to find rest for your soul. But you're like, nah, fuck that. Hey, I see something over there in the woods. Let me go check that shit out. Fuck that, man. Right. It's a fucking pit of demons over there.
It's no concern of you.
I appreciate it. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 3, and I'll start with verse 5. It reads, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. All right, so that's just backing up what the brother said. In verse 6, it reads, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. You know, so the Lord is going to direct our paths. All right, we can't get in the way of the Lord doing His work.
That's right.
I appreciate the bounce off prophecy. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecy. All right, but it says it's occupied in the meditation thereof, and meditating on the scriptures, man. All right, and it says give it his mind to the law of the Most High, man. All right, it's a commandment for us to go out there and prophesy. All right, so if we call ourselves being an Israelite, being in this truth, all right, coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we gotta be in the spirit of prophecy, man. Prophesying the downfall of America. Prophesying, staying on top of the news. Seeing what's going on. So we can warn the people accurately. Watchmen. Yep.
Right, being watchmen. Hey, you just reminded me of something. So I was in the car with some fucking Edomites earlier, and he said they started talking about the bad stuff and the poverty in the world. This motherfucker said, see, that's why I don't watch the news, man. The girl in the back said, yeah, because it's always bad stuff on. That's how you know they're in the Edomite mentality. They don't want to see none of the bad in the world. They want to be blinded to that, man. They don't want to see that shit. They want to see niggas playing football. They want to see us singing. They want to see us tap dancing. They want to see us, they'll even rather see a nigga be like Kevin Hart or something like that, and make you put your life on the stage for him. But when you want to talk about slavery, and you want to talk about bad things that are happening to the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, they don't want to talk about that kind of shit. They don't even want to see it. Right. So they think the news is depressing. They don't want to be depressed. They want to be happy in their captivity.
It's no balance in America. People, they just want, they wish everybody is in the spirit of today, you know, wishing, you know, all, nothing but good things, you know, in 2020, you know, good vibes only, you know, but you gotta balance it out, man. It has to be some bad and some good. You know? Everybody's just wants to push that good, you know, and nothing negative, man.
And that's hell for the 1/3 of Jake, for those who believe, because just because you happy, bro, that don't mean we happy. You know what I mean? We gotta put on this front. We gotta fake and act like everything is great, but everything is not great. You know what I mean? But we have to sit here and appease Esau, man. You know, especially when we're at the workplaces, man, we have to appease him.
Right.
You know, his life is great. I've been on vacation and blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. You got to be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But deep down inside, man, you sad as shit, man.
Right. This place is terrible, man. Esau is, he's blatantly just trying to kill us, man. You know, this Jake at the job yesterday, he said he hated his life. I was like, yeah, I feel you. I'm right there with you.
If I was you, I would hate my life too.
But see, the problem with that kind of situation is, you know, we hate our lives too. But see, the difference between us and actually, let me get that real quick before I state my next point. This is Revelation 12:11. It says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. All right? So that's what we do. So we hate this world, man. We hate this place. But the difference between the Jake and the world that don't have the foundation of the scriptures, he'll seek the error of his life. You know? He'll try to kill himself. You know what I'm saying? He don't have the foundation. So, you know what I'm saying? I hate my fucking life. We know Jake out here hating their lives, man. Hating going to work, hating dealing with problems at home, hating dealing with their jobs and their supervisors and bills, you know, hating all that kind of stuff. But the difference is,
so they in the spirit of like, you know, just fuck it, you know, smoke weed, smoke cigarettes, kill yourself.
Yep, they're killing themselves, bro. You know they'll smoke weed, they'll fucking. This chick asked me tonight. She was like, "Yeah, you know where I can get some crystal meth?" I said, "What?" I said, I wouldn't have a clue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? What kind of shit is that? But that's the vibration in this place. It's all about wickedness, you know, where you can just ask motherfuckers on the street if they got some crystal meth. You know? And the oids, like Elder Yashawam be saying, they off the oids, man.
Oh man, I seen like a group of Edomites, man, like in Lake Park, like a group of them just walking around, and they're drug addicts, man, and they young. They look like they're in like their late teens.
Yeah,
and they look just bad, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're the ones that's mainly affected by this opioid epidemic, man.
Yeah,
not Jacob.
Yeah, because when it's happening to them, it's an epidemic.
Right.
You see, and that's the thing. Esau's wording, man. All right, it's a fucking epidemic. Now that it's happening to your people. All right, because an epidemic implies crisis. All right, and crisis implies help and attention. All right, there's something that everybody needs to play their role to try to help out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean, crisis, because the crack epidemic, that's what it was called actually, the crack epidemic, but epidemic implies disease. Right. That's what I meant to say. It implies disease, because when you hear epidemic, it's like, oh, there's something bad going on. We need to extinguish the disease, which is the niggas taking crack. You know what I'm saying? But when it's them, it's a crisis. It's a cry for help. You know, we need attention. We need help. You know, we need. And down here in Florida, they got Delray. They got some of the largest substance abuse and treatment recovery places. You know what I'm saying? In all the U.S. You know, Florida. You come down here and they pay money for it, man. I've been watching this show called BoJack Horseman. It's about this fucking horse on Netflix. He a cartoon, but it's about him like being a star and shit. But he be like drinking and doing drugs and all that shit. And on this episode that I'm watching now, this motherfucker just dropped. They was like, yeah, you gotta come to the rehab center. He had to drop $100,000 to do 6 weeks up in that bitch. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they be dropping bread like that, man. You know, that kind of stuff is what they do for the nation of Edom. You know. But the nation of Edom, they don't care about us. They don't care about where we stand and what our positions are.
What happened to us? Esau added fuel to the fire, and we forced us to create a whole culture behind the crack epidemic. Yep. I mean, this is what fueled and what helped the hip hop entertainment business grow.
Absolutely.
I mean, just all the raps was mainly around selling dope, selling crack, turning our daughters into whores.
NWA.
NWA. Niggas with attitude. I mean, but you know what? But that's Jake though, man. You put us in a bad situation, and we turned it into something great. So-called great, because it ain't necessarily great, but
shit can blow up.
Yeah.
But come on, I had a precept. Jeremiah 6:14. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, "Peace, peace," when there is no peace. You know, and that's the thing, man. They sit up here and they talking about peace, peace, man. You know, but they didn't heal us at all. It said they healed the daughter of my people slightly, because what they did is they think by giving us rights. They think about letting us walk amongst them, you know, being able to get jobs and shit like that. So they healed our people from being in that straight bondage state to be able to walk amongst them, as they would say, equals. But shit, we're still 3/5 of a man. All right, that hasn't changed, man. All right, especially when you go to these prison houses and shit like that, you definitely will see the difference. You know, but they still treat us like that. They still shoot us down in the street like we're cattle. You know, so they haven't healed us. But they say peace, peace. When there is no peace, that's a fucking farce, man. That's something that they create to message everything. When it came to Jacob, it was all about mind control. All right, it was about mind manipulation. If you can control the mind and preserve the body and destroy the mind, then you in. That's what the Lord said. You will be in that state until He had destroyed us, man. You know, so our people still to this day, 2/3 are destroyed, man.
And in that movie Independence, the Edomite, he was telling the alien peace. The alien, he was like, no.
Right. God, fuck that shit. You know. That's because that's what Esau do. He go around and he try to tell you peace, peace. You know, it ain't no peace, man. You know, scripturally, I mean, of course, we ain't no aliens, but them represent Jake. Because those were the Israelites coming down. But they try to make it seem like they could bomb the ships, they could capture an alien, they could capture a chariot. You know, Esau and his fucking imagination, man.
You gotta spit out the bones.
Yeah, kind of.
It's Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Skip down to verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. All right, that's the times that we are living in. We living in a time of war. All right, and there ain't no peace. There ain't gonna be no peace till we get to the into the kingdom. All right, Donald Trump wanted, you know, he likes to say that the economy is doing great. All right, you know, there's a lot of jobs. All right, but most of the jobs, I was reading, watching the brother's video. Most of the jobs that Trump opened up, you know, are minimum wage jobs. You know, job that's not enough for a woman or a man to take care of their family. And you know, and we living in a time of war. All right, you see it with the shooting that happened yesterday at Hanukkah at the synagogue.
Right.
All right, the New Jersey shooting. All right, things only gonna get worse. Things not gonna get better. There's not gonna be no peace in America. All right, you got up wars going on all across the world.
The brother did a video off of that, man, about how Amalek is getting ready to defend themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, yo, Amalek they really look like they really about moving on Jake, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like any suspicion that they have on Jake, they're just gonna shoot you down. That's what it looks like to me, and they're gonna get away with it.
You talk about that rabbi shooting?
Yeah.
That's how
he killed like 5.
Yeah.
But the brother did a video, and he was actually showing these Amalekites in like in a place where they're learning. They're teaching them how to shoot guns and throw axes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
I'm like, yo,
the fucking axe thing, though, that was shitty.
How are they gonna determine what got, like, who's who? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If a Jake came around the corner, whatever, just so happened to come around the corner, whatever, and he probably sneezed or something to Amalek, that's probably gonna be a reason to kill the man.
Mm-hmm.
I got a precept.
You got it.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 16. I communed with my own heart, saying, "Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge, and I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit, For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. You know, so knowing the truth of the Bible, man, you get to see, you know, how much folly that people do, you know, just willingly, man. You know, and they say that they say with their mouth, you know, that they love the Lord, you know, but at the same time they smoking a blunt. You know, and, you know, you get to see your enemies perform wickedness right in front of your face, man. You see the hatred that they have for you right in front of your face, man. You know, calling Yahweh Shai is coming anti-Semitic. You know, you see the wickedness of Esau, man. You see the Lord uplifting his skirt, you know, showing his nakedness, man. All right, going out to the highways and byways, you know, you see Edomites calling us nigger. All right, you see them, you know, you see them going back to the days of slavery, man. All right, it's always in their mind, you know. But while we're walking just in our regular day to day, we don't see it from Esau, you know. But when we out there on the highways and byways, you know, when you get into digging into these scriptures, you see the horns of the devil, man.
Come right at him.
Right.
These 2/3 no better either. They it's like they wickedness increasing too. I even feel it at work. There's one Levite dude at my job. You know, I'm fucking setting the tub. I'm fucking setting the tub in my own bathroom, and there's like 5 bathrooms in one house. He want to come in my bathroom and start working. I said, bro, you got like 3 other bathrooms that nobody's in. Why are you coming over here and they're telling me, oh, you gotta hurry up and finish it? Bro,
the demon want to mess
bro,
with you.
You got fucking 3 other bathrooms with nobody in it. Why come in my bathroom and fuck with me in my bathroom?
Fucking demons, bro. Yeah, hey, but that's what the scriptures say. Wickedness shall be increased in the earth, man. You know, and that's what the brother was mentioning. With much wisdom comes much sorrow, man. You know, and that's why we say we love our lives we hate these lives into death, man, because we are knowledgeable now. You know, when your eyes are, you know, like they be trying to say in the world, when you woke, you know, they sleep, but when you're truly awake to the ways of this world, you see everything with plain view, man. All right, you got something?
Yeah, definitely. This is 1 Thessalonians 5. I'm just gonna start from the top just to bring some clarity. It says, but of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
That's right.
For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, and this is what we're witnessing right now. You know, they're screaming peace and safety. You know, it's all gonna be good. 2020 is gonna be a great year. We're gonna make more money and all this kind of stuff. Lies. Okay, saying peace and safety. Well, there is no peace, man. All right, but it says right here, verse 4. It says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief." Okay, it says, "Ye are all children of light." Okay, and the children of the day. So we don't see any of that bull crap that they're saying. All the lies that they're trying to put out there, everything is cool, peace and safety, but we see right through it. Okay, we see the other stuff that they're doing on the side, like preparing to defend themselves. Like, what the heck is that? Okay, if Jake was to put that on the news, like we over here training and trying to defend ourselves and stuff like that, they would have police invade those areas. Okay, surround those areas and try to break all that up. But Amalek, he get to do what he want to do. Okay, but we see all of that stuff. 2/3 of our people, they don't see all of the stuff going on. They really believe the lies that Esau is telling them.
And they had a video earlier about a Edomite, like I don't know what his position was. It was like a mayor or some shit of a town or a governor, and he's basically like, we won't take these crimes happening in our city. There should be a law about domestic terrorism because it's just as bad. He's like, this what they've been doing to the Jews. This is terrorism. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it domestic terrorism. He was like, we're going to be the first state that is not going to allow this to happen. What has been happening to Jake? What has been happening to the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man? Is that not domestic terrorism, man? You Edomites are literally the domestic terrorists. You know, and y'all still showing your ways to this day. But now since what collectively 10 Amalekites got killed or harmed. Oh, now it's something needs to happen, right? Now it's domestic terrorism. You fucking devils, man. I got a quick precept. This is
I believe on one of the videos watching this morning, he was like, there's only like 60,000, or he said either 60,000 or 60 million in the United States.
Oh, Amalekites?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the thing is when it comes to
60,000.
Amalek don't know. I mean, a lot of Amalek be knowing that America is Babylon. A lot of them be knowing like not to live here. You know, that's what we was talking about. The elites. Don't know the elites live in America. You know what I'm saying? They might have places that they come over to stay if they got to do business or something like that. But none of the elites live in America. They know that this place is Babylon, man. Right. And a lot of Amalekites know that Babylon is America, man. All right, but these dumb peons that's walking around, they don't be knowing. You know,
a lot of the elites they gonna escape the missiles, and they gonna have to be destroyed. You know, by the elect coming out.
That's right. It says the mighty men shall be taken out of their holes, saying to the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the wrath of the Lamb.
The elite of Esau, they come here to take a shit, man.
Right.
They come here to play around and stuff like that, and then they go back.
They go back home.
You know what I mean? Because people keep forgetting that the Edomites that came here were the poor and criminals. Okay, the rich Edomites were actually in Europe. Mm-hmm. Those were the richer Edomites, man.
This is Exodus 17 and 16. For he said, because the Lord had sworn that the Lord Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. All right, so the chief tribe of wickedness, man, the synagogue of Satan. All right, so of course those are the true adversaries to the children of Israel, man. All right, so that's why you're gonna see more. Hey, this is just the beginning of seeing that persecution, because they're like, now the problem is you got what it really, and this is the crazy thing about it all. You got the actual children of the Heavenly Father fighting against the imposters, but the people believe the imposters are the real ones this whole time. So when we do anything supposedly to them, all right, they look at it like we're demonizing the children of God. But little do they know that that's us. Okay, they're on the wrong team. You're not on the winning side. You know, but the way that propaganda is in TV and media, that's the way they put it out there. That's the way they want you to view it, man.
You know what? But right now, you know, at least to those of us who are in this truth, Esau's looking like a fool, man. He looked like one of them crazy Edomite cats in the movies. Like, see, look at them, they're crazy, and everybody ain't believing that shit, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you've been playing the victim this whole time, man. A lot of Jake ain't falling for it this time around, man. So that's why we believe 2/3 they're gonna get carnal. Because they see through Esau's bullcrap, man. They're not gonna have it no more.
I got a precept to bounce off your precept, Bar. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai have truly sent him. You know, so the real prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai are teaching of war, you know, evil, you know, times of trouble, all right, and pestilence, man. All right, you know, but these fake prophets, man, these false prophets, you know, they teaching about prosperity, man, and peace. You know, God loves everybody, man. You know, that's how you separate the real from the fake. You know, by filtering it through the scriptures, man. If they're not teaching of, if they're not balancing it out, all right, because this truth is the gospel, man. All right, it's good news, you know, but it has bad news too, man. All right, it's bad news for the unfaithful. You know, just like how we start off the video. You know, it's bad news for the unfaithful. All right, it's bad news for these heathens and 2/3 of our people. You know, but it's good news for the elect. You know, those of us that truly believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Hey man, you know this 2020 thing, man. You know, in a couple hours, you know, hour and a half, the apostles gonna be coining the year, man. And you know, then we gonna really see what's happening, man, because the brotherhood is multiplying. All right, prophecies are coming to pass. You having fires and uproars amongst the people. You having earthquakes. You having everything that the Lord is talking about, man. It's all, you know, shit, man. It's almost a crystal clear picture now, man. You know, to us it is, but you know how you have like a puzzle, and you know the puzzle is coming together, and you like it's just a couple pieces need to get put in the slot to see the whole picture, man. That's what we're coming into, man. We got a couple more pieces to place, man. But shit, we seeing the uproars of the people, man. You got so many countries around the world are you got millennials and people going against their governments, man, because their governments are failing them. All right, you got earthquakes in so many diverse places, man,
and not being reported.
You know, and it's so many that do get recorded and reported, and that's a whole lot on its own. So all of with the ones that we don't even know about, it's crazy, man. You know, and the people too. You know, because they ain't talking about every civilization that's in the uproar right now. You know, so many that don't even get told about. So what happens when that's gonna come to America, man? All right, this is the time that we're living in, man. New shit. You know, we always pray that this be the last year, man. But you know,
you can feel it.
You can feel it. This might very well be it, man. Right. You know, and Lord willing it is. But hey, if we got to go another one, then Lord willing, keep our spirits to endure. But Lord willing, this be the last one, man. You never know what this year could bring, man. But we know it's gonna bring havoc. We know it's gonna bring judgment. You know. But I had this verse because you was talking about 2/3 getting riled up. This is Zechariah 9:13. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. The Lord said, when I have bent Judah for me, because what did he say about the children of Israel? We hard-headed, we stiff-necked, rebellious, hard-hearted. All right, so he said, I got to bend Judah for me, man. All right? These stiff-necked niggas, man, you can't just, you know, pacify them like, hey, brother, can you come do something for me? No, the Lord said, I'm going to bend Judah for me, man. And when I fill my bow with Ephraim, and what is a bow? A bow is used as an art of destruction, man. You know, a weapon of destruction to kill.
The Most High don't waste nothing. He even going to use the 2/3, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He don't waste nothing.
Yeah, and you niggas about to get rowdy real quick before we get up out of here. You know, before that get up out of here, we're about to put these niggas to use because that's their purpose. It's 2/3 don't realize that. You know, the Lord created y'all got a purpose too. You know, ultimately to be righteous and follow after him after the rebirth, so to speak. You know, when y'all come in the kingdom and y'all Hebrew huggies, but for now on this side, y'all are used as spirits for vengeance. You know,
created monsters. Man.
Yeah, man, he created you. All of them niggas that you know that be straight hood niggas just ready to scrap. The Lord is about to use them, man. All right.
But at the same time, you was gonna bring up precept?
I was just gonna finish on that real quick. It says, "When I raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece." That's a race war. All right, because those are two different nations. The sons of Zion, all right, which is to Zion as a monument. So the children of Israel. All right, the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics are the sons of Zion, and the Grecian sons are the Edomites, the Idumeans. All right, and so he says they're going to be against them. Okay, he says, and maybe as a sword of a mighty man. So hey, even Esau is going to get busy in that day, but the Lord is going. He says in Genesis, who shall rouse him up? The old lion, who's going to rouse him up? You know, Jacob is going to have taking away that spirit of weakness and being timid towards Esau, and you already see that happening now. But how much more in the time of Jacob's trouble?
But the scripture says this. This is Revelation 3, verse 15. It says, "I know thy works, that thou art cold nor hot. I would thou were cold or hot." Okay. It says, "So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth." Mm-hmm. And that's the 2/3. The reason why I say that is because there's going to be a lot of 2/3 who fight against fight against Esau. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they're not for the Most High neither. Right. Yeah. They neither hot nor cold. Right. You know what I mean? They're trying to stick in the middle. The Most High is going to spew them out.
We're sick of you niggas.
Yeah, man. You're not fighting for the Lord.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, and especially even them cold niggas though. You know, that's how the Lord say, rather you hot or cold, because if you cold, that means you completely in the world.
Come on.
All right. So what do you think?
Stripes.
Yeah. So what do you think the Lord is gonna do to you, man? You know, if you were used, you literally about to be used because he couldn't use you to bring in his elect. He couldn't use you to uplift his people. He couldn't use you to help lift up that banner, lift up that standard. What is that? Isaiah 13.
The Lord is not the power of the dead, man, but the living.
That's it. You know, but I think Isaiah 13 and 2, it says, "Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles." All right, so the elect are the ones who's lifting up the banner, man. All right, that's exalting the voice of the Lord. You know, the 2/3 not doing that right now. They're exalting their own banner. They're exalting their own way. They're out here tonight partying it up. All right, giving sacrifice unto devils. Okay, they're talking about Happy New Year. You know, it's about to be 2020. You know, New Year, new me. You know, the only new you that needs to come is another action Lord for another renewal in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Another
I got a little
go ahead.
History.
Okay, go ahead.
That's how you know history repeats itself. This is going into how the Romans used to celebrate the New Year, the so-called New Year. It says Romans would celebrate January 1st by offering sacrifices to Janus in the hope of gaining good fortune for the new year, decorating their homes with laurel branches and attending raucous parties. This day was seen as setting the stage for the next 12 months, and it was common for friends and neighbors to make a positive start to the year by exchanging well wishes and gifts of figs and honey with one another. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the type of spirit that people are in right now, man. You know, not knowing that they got demons on them. You know, going to those New Year's parties, getting all crazy. You know, just acting a fool. You know, not knowing that they're sacrificing unto that false god Janus.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Everything, you know, it's funny because my mom called me when I was at work today, and you know I was leaving, and so she was like, "Did you know?" You know, and that's funny because you know when your mom, now that we in the truth, when your mom asks something, you know damn well I know, you know. But she said, "Did you know that New Year's was a bad day for the slaves?" I said, "Yeah, it was one of the worst days." She said, "Oh, you knew that?" "Yeah, I knew that, Mom." But the apostles and one of the elders was doing a video on that earlier. You know, talking about how bad slavery is for, how bad Edomites were to slaves on New Year's Day, man. You know, and they everything, all this, and that's another part of wickedness, doing something in the dead of the winter. All right, if you really think about it, the dead of the winter, they're still celebrating death in their own roundabout way. But let me get this real quick. Sirach 34 and 19, it says, "The Most High is not pleased with the offerings of the wicked, neither is he pacified for sin by the multitude of sacrifices." You see, so they'll think they're making sacrifices to the Lord tonight. "Hey, God bless me with another year." I talked to a chick on the phone earlier. I said, "Yeah, you know, I'll be at work and shit. I don't ever say Happy New Year, but I'll be like, oh yeah, it's you know, trying to persuade motherfuckers. Oh yeah, it's 2020. What you about to do with your new year?" You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, because that's what people want to fucking hear. But I still want to tell you ass Happy New Year. But anyway, so I'm like, she's like, you know, yeah, you know, I'm so thankful. God bless me with another year. You know, and that's the thing. People always say that the Lord blessed you with another year. Y'all don't realize that ain't always a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the longer you hear, you might get a terrible judgment in Jacob's trouble. You know, you might get hit by the missiles. So the people that's dying off, shit, they in a better situation than you 2/3, man.
Lord
you
have
know?
mercy on them.
That's right. The Lord have mercy on them, because what's coming for you people through. But one more, brother Salakia, because I was talking about before that about how they said New Year, new me. Right. So this is 2 Corinthians 4 and 16. It says, "For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day."
Oh my goodness.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're supposed to be renewed day by day, not just on the fucking New Year's.
Right.
You know, you're supposed to. New Year's is not supposed to be your standard for doing something better for yourself. And really, it says our inward man is renewed by day, because everything that they're about to do for 2020 is carnal as fuck. They gonna be like, hey, I'm about to work out. I'm about to start my workout regimen. I'm about to stack my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to save up. They make all of these New Year's goals, but none of them saying, hey, I want to get to know the Heavenly Father better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read my Bible more. You know, I'm going to pray more. It ain't never nothing like that. But the Lord gave us this so we know that, hey, what we're doing is we're renewing our spirit on a daily basis, not just on one day of the year.
After a couple weeks, they're back to the same old stuff.
Same old shit, bro. Same old shit.
Because they never had it.
Yep. And that's because they, you know, that they working with the flesh.
They made a sacrifice to another god.
Exactly. So it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna pass through, you know. But we making sacrifices unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And does he not say he is pleased with our sacrifices? You know, he's pleased with the sacrifices we make because they're righteous. Lord willing, we'll be in that number, you know. But they out here making sacrifice to idol gods. You think he hearing that? You think he's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna bless your workout to go, you know, for the next 3 years? Hell no, man. That shit about to stop short. You know? And I was just thinking of it was in Revelation. But if somebody got something, everybody should go ahead. No? Okay.
Sound like yeah. It sound like gunshots, man.
Yeah, it probably is. I heard something. They already popping on. And see, that's the thing. Jake, New Year's come. Wait, not niggas, man. We got to get rid of these niggas. New Year's come around. Jake want to fucking just unload.
Nah,
you know?
not anymore. Esau done put a stop to all that stuff, man.
Shit.
That gunshot shooting in the air stuff, man.
What you talking about? I talked to somebody last year that said, yeah, my people's just busting off rounds, everybody.
Well, those then that has to be their firearms because they can't do like illegal firearms anymore. Police is coming around, especially in our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure. I know. It's actually not know some of the people that person was talking about, and they got legal firearms. I know
right,
they
you gotta have legal firearms.
So
it's illegal. They coming for you, man.
It don't matter, bro. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. But some of them bullets, they be hitting people too.
Right, they come down.
They come down and be fucking people up. You know, so
you can hear them.
Jake is dumb as hell, man.
I got a quick hitter.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. Bouncing off on what you said, Yeshai. Therefore, if any man be in a Mashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. Mm-hmm. You know, hey, so if you're new, like these Christians, you know, that they say that, you know, that they believe on so-called Christ, all right? You know, to be of a Mashiach, all right? Old things are passed away, man. All right, we don't need to wait till January or December 31st, you know, to make these sacrifices unto an idol God, man. Mm-hmm. All right, come to this truth. All right, come to the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, we're putting all old things away. Mm-hmm. All right, and we become a new creature, man. We're shaving off the old man.
That's it. Know? Yeah, that's Colossians 3 and 7 too. Mm-hmm. That new man, and that's we're constantly trying to be a new man because Yahweh Shai is a spirit that allows us to become that new man. You know, the thing is, the window for mercy is still open. The window for grace is still open. So, hey, the Lord's still like, hey, he things, you know, even brother, I just did a video, you know, about tightening up your spirit because, you know, if it's something that you might be liking, you know, pray more, you know what I'm saying? Read more, study more, you know, be more charitable. It's always something that you can do within the spirit because this thing is ongoing. And that's the beauty of the scriptures. There's no ceiling, you know? There's nowhere you can't, you know, the scriptures say we can never go far enough. There's no ceiling, so it's constantly growing, it's constantly renewing, and that putting off that old man is a big part of that. You know, you got something I can tell you.
Yeah. This is Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Mm-hmm. All right, so you know it don't matter what you got planned for 2020. All right, it don't matter. You know if you don't have if you don't have in your mind to come back to these scriptures, all right, then you're gonna remain dead. All right, it don't matter if you plan on, you know, saving $100 every paycheck. All right, it don't matter if you plan on working out. All right, if you're doing the things of this flesh, all right, that equals death. All right, so all the things of this world, all right, all the things of this world, it don't matter what you do. You know, it don't matter if you put all your eggs into the basket of this world. All right, you still gonna remain dead. Alright, but until you come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shah Shah, alright, you always gonna be the same old you. Alright, you always gonna be the same old nigga.
Same old
And keep failing. You're going to keep failing, keep failing, keep failing.
Right.
Because it's not for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world is sick, man.
This is Jeremiah 8:3. It says, "And death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, said the Lord of hosts." You know, so people are choosing death rather than life, man. And they're choosing the ways of this world rather than the scriptures, because these scriptures are everlasting life, man. And through Yahweh Shah, you know, but they're choosing death. It says those that remain of this evil family. Let me get Ezekiel real quick. This is Ezekiel 6, and this is I'm going to start up at 4. I'm going to read through 9. It says, "And your altars shall be desolate, and your images shall be broken, and I will cast down your slain men before your idols." That's what's going to happen to Israel, man. Everything, all these idol gods and everything, even they fucking New Year's, man. They're gonna be all that shit gonna be destroyed, man. Everything that they believe in. It says, "And I will lay the dead carcasses of the children of Israel before their idols, and I will scatter your bones round about your altars." You know, the Lord He's about to do a lot of killing, man. All right, this is about to be a lot of killing, and it's coming soon, man. It says, "In all your dwelling places, the city shall be laid waste, and the high places shall be desolate, that your altars may be laid waste and made desolate, and your idols may be broken and cease, and your images may be cut down, and your works may be abolished." So the Lord is going to do away with He said He shall famish all the idol gods out of the earth. You know, that idolatry the Lord hates idolatry, man, above all things, because now you're saying there's another God like Him. And He says, "I will not give my glory to another." You know? It says, "And the slain shall fall in the midst of you, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh." And these next two verses are the point. It said, "Yet I will leave a remnant, that ye may have some that shall escape the sword among the nations, when ye shall be scattered through the countries." So the Lord said, "I will leave a remnant." All right, so that elect is what the Lord is looking for. But He says those that remain of the evil family, all right, the 2/3, they're gonna choose death rather than life. But these remnant, all right, those are the ones who are gonna escape the judgment. It says, verse 9, "And they that escape of you shall remember me among the nations, whither they shall be carried captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart, which hath departed from me, and with their eyes, which go whoring after their idols, and they shall loathe themselves for the evils which they have committed in all their abominations." So, you know, this is, you know, even in this time, but a lot of men that would get away, you know, the Lord like, nah, you're not, he leaving a remnant only for salvation. But niggas who think they're going to escape the judgment of the Lord, nah, it ain't going to happen. All right? The brother read earlier in 2 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, you know, they're not going to get away, man. You're not going to flee from the coming judgment of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And so it says, let me read that one more time. "And they that escape of you shall remember me among the nations, whither they shall be carried captives, because I am broken with their whorish heart." He says that we were made whores. You know, we were following after other idol gods. He said, "Play not the harlot." All right? It says, "Which have departed from me, and with their eyes which go whoring after their idols, and they shall loathe themselves for the evils in which they have committed in all their abominations." So they're going to loathe themselves. Just like right now, they loathe the law. They're going to loathe themselves for not following after Yahweh Shem Yahshai, for having those whorish eyes and whorish minds. You know? Like, you got something?
Yes, beautiful right here. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15. "See, I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil, that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord thy power shall bless thee in the land whither thou goest to possess it." All right, so that's just plain and simple. The Lord, you know, you either choose, you know, serving the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, if you don't serve Him, then you serving death. All right, verse 17. "But if thy heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them." All right, that's what our people doing. All right, they serving other gods. All right, they choosing to choose they rather choose death than life. They rather choose serving Caesar Borgia. They rather choosing to serve all these false gods, all these false idols, instead of serving Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, verse 18. I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish. All right, the Lord, that's a promise. The Lord said you're gonna surely perish because you want to choose death rather than life, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whither thou pass over Jordan to go to possess it. All right, so the point on that is, the Lord, He made it very clear. All right, you either choose the Lord. All right, you either choose the serve Him with the law, statutes, commandments, or you choose death, man. All right, because these niggas in the world, man. All right, they don't know that they choosing this
Death.
They choosing death. All right, but if you have the mind to know, all right, that these niggas is through, man.
Because they believe in Esau. The scripture says Satan has turned himself into the angel of light. So that's why people, they look at everything that Esau do and they think that's prosperity, that's life. So they strive to be, they take on that manner, striving to be like Esau.
Right, because they think it's lit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's the beauteous thing. The Lord made the things that was full of life appear like, of course we're like lively stones, but to the world we look like we're dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the crazy thing is they're actually the dead ones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the irony of that, man.
Because everybody just caught up in the moment. All right, like you said, they choose, that, we boring, or we don't do nothing, but y'all really ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all you really doing is, you from now until you fall asleep. That's like 7-8 hours of you just turning up. All right, but when you wake up the next day, you feel like shit. All right, your money is all gone because you blowing it at the club. All right, you blowing it on drugs. All right, when you wake up, you're like, man, what the fuck did I just do? But we wake up, we feel good. We don't have hangover. We don't have the hangover. We not feeling the effects of the drugs the next day. All right, we wake up, we say at the Wadi Haba Shai. Y'all wake up, you like, damn, last night was crazy. What did I just do?
Right. Blacked out and shit. Yeah, bro. And that's why they gonna get fucked up, man. Because while y'all were living in pleasure, while you were enjoying your lives, when we sacrifice, it means to give up something for the sake of another. All right? So when we sacrifice, we're giving up this life so that we may take part with Yahweh Shemel Shai. But you weren't willing to make that sacrifice. And since you weren't willing to make that sacrifice, the Lord is going to kill you for it.
So, let me just read Deuteronomy 30 and 19. All right, it reads, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. So y'all ain't sacrificing, because it's not just about you. What about your kids? What about your wife? All right, if the Lord have where He have mercy upon your parents, your sisters, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just think about yourself. You just think about serving your flesh, but it's much bigger than that. All right, because the Lord just said that thou and thy seed may live. All right, that's your family. All right, so it's more than about you, because if you fucking up, then you fucking up your whole household.
They don't understand. 2/3 don't understand the spirit. I mentioned it. I said I brought out the precept in camp. The Most High ways is not our ways, man. His thoughts are not our thoughts, man. Like, the decision that you make is gonna affect your children in a positive way, man. Okay, other people, they not gonna be able to see that, but based on your decision making, based on your faith, man, your children can be delivered. It's kind of like how when niggas be acting all buck wild in public, they always get judged publicly, man, because they're making a stupid decision. But if they took the spiritual approach and dealt with everything spiritually, they wouldn't get that judgment. And neither would the people around them.
It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the contract. The world is now a witness to the contract that we made with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, and this was closing advice from Moses. You know what I'm saying? To the children of Israel. Obviously Yahweh Shem Yahushai is speaking through Moses to say this. You know what I'm saying? And he says that I've set before you life and death, blessing and curse. So this is after, mind you, he just told them about Deuteronomy 28. So he told them about the blessing and the curses. So he let them know that, look, I gave you both of the options. Now choose life so that you and your seed may live. But what did we do the first time? We chose death. So now that's when the Lord, all right, hey, the Lord is really, of course, we got many mercies, but when it comes to this, you got two strikes. You know what I'm saying? We got the shit wrong the first time, all right? But now he's like, if you get it wrong this time, strike your asses out, man. Yep. You know, it's over for you, bro. Because the Lord gave you that time again to come back to him, to cleave unto him, and he's doing that again right now. He's calling heaven and earth to record against us this very day, and against the 1/3 and the 2/3. But this time around, the 1/3 is choosing life, all right, and the 2/3 once again choosing death.
And that's just like they said, record this day against you. All right, when you walking past the prophets on the highways and byways, that's recorded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
That's literally recorded. You know, you walking past with your family and you pushing the stroller,
or whatever. Yeah.
That's you chose death.
We're the witnesses, and the cameras the witnesses as well.
Yeah. And the angels.
And the angels come.
Yeah, that's right.
And boy, the lights are on, bro.
Yeah.
I had a quick precept to go off what y'all was talking about earlier about 2/3 being carnal. Mm-hmm. This is Romans chapter 8 verse 6. It says, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be." Mm-hmm. It said in verse 8, it says, "So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High." All right, so we got to be spiritually minded, man. Not trying to please the flesh, you know, and not trying to be carnal. Especially like you were saying, Blar. You said 2/3 they're gonna be fighting these other nations, you know, but the Lord is still against them. You know, because they're not fighting for the Lord.
They don't understand that judgment. It sounds crazy, but because a lot of them gonna feel like they're doing the will of the Most High.
You killing two birds with one stone,
really.
Y'all just reminded me of the verse.
They fighting with us.
Yeah, they think they got it now. They're gonna fuck these people up, bro. This is Psalms 81 and 14. It says, I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever. Hey, so the time is, you 2/3, you should have submitted yourselves to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? The haters of the Most High, because the Lord like, hey, I'm going to use you to fuck some shit up, but I still don't fuck with you, man. You still an enemy.
It's gonna be like this. Look, you see, okay, we help defend your people.
Right.
Lord gonna be like, I don't know you.
Right.
You know the hurt that's gonna come upon them after that.
Yeah, that's the hurt. You like, damn, I just put in some work for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like I just went and killed some Edomites. You know, that's what they was talking about on the highways, right? You know,
right.
Boy, wow.
You know,
if they was
that easy.
If they was of the Lord, then they would have did as the Lord commanded them to do. Mm-hmm. The Lord didn't command you to pick up a sword and go out there and fight the enemies. No, He told you to wait on Him, man.
Right. Mm-hmm. Those that wait upon Him shall mount up their own wings as eagles.
Yep, and see, they're trusting in everything else but Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's really where the problem lies. You know, you're trusting in your guns, you're trusting in your government, you're trusting in the Edomites, you're trusting in your strength. You know, you're trusting everything but the Lord. All right, I got this Psalms 124. I'm just gonna read. It's only 8 verses. I'm gonna read like 3 of them. It says, "If it had not been for the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us up quick when their wrath was kindled against us." So if it wasn't not for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we would have been done away with, man. Our enemies would have killed us, and you 2/3 would have been helping the niggas. Yep. You know, 2/3 would have been like, hey, you know, we're going to kill our own people off. and then your ass would have been right next with him. You know what I'm saying? Verse 8, it says, our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. So now we were just talking about the Lord said he brought heaven and earth to be a witness against us. He the one who made the heaven and earth. You know, he's the creator of all of this, man, through using Yahweh Shai, man. You know, but these people are all enemies of Yahweh Shai. So if you ain't with them, then you against them. All right, so that's all it's gonna come down to. So even though they even be doing that in movies, they'll have a cat that like you know, cops, what they got, they have a CI, you know what I'm saying? What does that dude called? What is it? Criminal informant? What is it called? What does CI stand for?
Yeah,
it's like criminal informant or something like that. You know, and they use the CI. They make it.
I'm good.
They make you hot.
Nah, I see him.
Oh, okay. Okay. They'll make the CI seem like he's on their team, like they're on his team. You know what I'm saying? But really, they manipulating your ass. If you're disposable, you know what I'm saying? If something happened to you, they don't give a fuck. They're just gonna find another one.
What's that movie with Lawrence Fishburne where they was in the hood, like in Harlem or something like that, where they had like a snitch who was working for them, but he was doing on the other side or whatever. But then at the end of the movie, I guess they were like, they had a meeting or sitting in the car or whatever. And he thought, okay, I helped you overthrow my side. You know what I'm saying? Now we good.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne wasn't having that, man. He was like, yo, man, you a snitch. You a rat. You betrayed your own people,
Right,
man.
what the fuck we gonna do with you, man?
The police don't respect that.
They don't. They know you're a rat. They know you're a traitor.
Right.
All right? And that's the same thing like they did Judas. When Judas tried to take the money back to the Caiaphas and them, all right? They said, no, we don't want that. They said, we don't want that, man. All right? They said, man, we gotta find that. We gotta find that, bro.
He was like, whoa.
Yeah, like what you bring this back for? We don't want your money. He said,
Blood.
He got blood. He said, don't even put it in the. He said, don't even put it in the treasury because this is being blood is on that, man.
Disrespect, man.
Yeah, man. You know they ain't give no fucks about Judas ass, man. No, we don't want that money back. We don't want nothing to do with you, man.
Right, because they know what they done.
Right, they know what they done, man. You know, if somebody can look that up in their blue letter. Just type in like Judas.
Right, just type in Judas.
I mean, yeah, it should come up. Okay, I might have found it. Matthew 27. Yeah, man, I found it. Matthew 27.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, Con, you start at 1.
Matthew chapter 27, verse 1, when the morning was come, all the chief priests and the elders of the people took counsel against Yahweh Shai to put him to death. Mm-hmm. And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and the elders.
And we gonna hook you up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna give you some. We gonna give you what you want, man.
As soon as he gave it that, it was like dumbass.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? Like dumbass nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. You dumbass nigga. You know. Then go ahead, bro.
Verse 4.
Wait, Salaki. It says, then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned. So that's the thing. They'll wait till a brother get locked up or something. Then they'll start feeling bad. Nah, bro. You should have known not to do it in the first place. You know. But go ahead.
Let me start at 3, then we'll read 4.
Con.
It says, then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, I have sinned, and that I have betrayed the innocent blood. Mm-hmm. And they said, what is that to us?
Swerved that nigga, bro. They swerved him. You know, they swerved him, bro. What is that? Yeah, what they got to do with me? Go ahead, bro.
See thou to that.
See thou to that. Hey, get out of here, man.
Right.
Hey, they ain't got nothing to do with what they got to do with us. We handled our arrangements. We made our deal. You got your money. We got the Lord. Beat it up the street, bro. You got what you want. You paid for it.
Now
See thou to that.
Bitch, you feel
Don't
like
spend your money, bro.
Right.
You know, and that's what they do for criminal informants. They come around and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? All right, we won't lock you up, and we'll give you $200. You know, we'll give you $1,000 if you tell us where he at. Go snitch him out, and then he try to come back to the cops like, hey, look, I'm sorry, man, I shouldn't have done that. Here, take the money back. They're like, nah, we don't want that, bro. Hey, what they got to do with us? You know, the deal is done now. You already made your deal with the devil. You know what I'm saying?
They sold their soul.
They sold your soul. And what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So you thought you was getting some money in your pockets, but what did it profit you, man? Nothing but death, because he's about to kill himself. You know? But go ahead, bro.
Verse 5, and he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself.
You see that? They cast down, he threw the, you know, the CI come in there and make it rain with the stacks real quick. I don't want it. You know? No, bro, like, you throwing our money now for what? So now you gave up the Lord for absolutely nothing. You see what I'm saying? But it was worse for him to hold that money than it was for to let go because of the burden and the grief that he felt. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 6, and the chief priests took the silver pieces and said, it is not lawful for to put them into the treasury because it is the price of blood.
You see that? But what they do to that's what they do in the world. Esau will take blood money in a second. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't about that. Israel, and we talking about scribes and Pharisees. They even know, hey, don't take that blood money. We're gonna throw that shit in the treasury. You know, but they like, hey, kid, get that out of here. That ain't got nothing to do with us. We ain't saving that. He said, don't put it in the treasury. All right, the cost of the blood. You know, so oh yeah, you can read the next 2 verses.
Okay, verse 7, and they took counsel and bought with them the potter's field to bury strangers in.
Jake, we're going to buy some land now, so any strangers come amongst us, we can bury them in this field. You know, it turned into a fucking cemetery, basically. We're going to use this money that was for the Lord to build a fucking cemetery. You know, we go there.
Verse 8, wherefore that field was called the field of blood unto this day.
Which I believe is Dam Shaddai. Hadam Shaddai. Dam is blood and Shaddai is field. Until that's that fall out. You turning the Lord to an open shame, man. All right? And you're and that's why it says count the cost when you come into this thing, man. Because this ain't about financial gain. And that's that, you know, even though this is probably set up through prophecy, and because that Judas had to betray him, but this was a lesson in all. You know what I'm saying? You just always got to be circumspect. Okay? But nonetheless, hey, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it being a rat. It ain't worth it being a snitch. Especially not on a man of the Lord.
That's why the scripture say everything written before our time, before our learning.
That's right. That's right.
I forgot where it said it in the scripture. I was looking for it. It was like, I forgot who he was talking to, Pontius Pilate or whoever, and he was like the person who betrayed them. That's the person who's gonna get it the worst. Man, I'm trying to look for it, man.
Let me just read this last verse, verse 9. Matthew 27:9 says, then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, and they took the 30 pieces of silver, the price of him that was valued, whom they of the children of Israel did value. You know, that's how you know that the Israelites, you know, they was the only ones, you know, that really loved Yahushua, you know, not the other nations.
That's right. And see, you know, but when it comes down to this, man, and the times that we're coming in, and these heavy times, you know, you gotta make that decision, man. Or hey, the Lord gonna make that decision for you. You know, whose side you on, who you sacrificing for, man. I mean, and the thing is, you know, Judas was doing it for himself. He was thinking about himself. He wasn't thinking about the Lord. And, you know, Judas had little moments where he started thinking about, like when the woman came with the alabaster box and poured the ointment on the Lord. You know, Judas like, hey, that oil, that money can go to the poor. He wasn't really caring about the money going to the poor. He just thought it was expensive so he could make some money off of it.
Right,
you know, that's how niggas be. You know what I'm saying?
You'd rather try to sell it than use it on the Lord.
Yeah, you know, and he said this woman has done a great work and it's going to be a memorial for her that she's done this, because he says the poor ye have always, but you don't have me always, man. You know? So, hey, and we talking about bro, you got to think about that. Judas knows that this is the Lord, bro. He saw all of the great wonders that he's doing. This is the Lord. Hey, how does he not deserve to have the finest of ointments put on him, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, he was being carnal, man.
It's all his, man.
Yep. You know? But yeah, man. So, you know, the things that are happening in the earth right now, the time of destruction, the time of missiles coming to bomb down on America. You know, brothers, that's on the horizon. Of course, we got to go through Jacob's trouble and whatever else the Lord got prepared for us. But the missiles coming to America is on the horizon, man. All right? And that's what we always say New Year's Eve of destruction. Destruction, man. Abadium. You know, we're waiting for the ultimate destruction of Babylon, America, man. You know, a brother put in the chat earlier that the number 14 on trending on Twitter, y'all know what it is? Death to America.
Wow.
Number 14, and I don't know how many things they have, but I know I saw like at least up to like 18, 20 on there. So number 14 on there today was Death to America. You know, and so this place is falling down, man. You know, this place is falling down, and the Lord is going to destroy it, man. We're living in a time where you got that trending on Twitter, and you know that ain't even Great Millstone pumping that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
The word getting out through the other camps.
Exactly. The other camps, the people believing they Israelites.
Still the Lord.
Yeah.
When I did have Twitter, Black Hebrew Israelites, that was trending too.
Yep. Yep. You know, because this word is going out there on all fronts, man. And the Lord is going to have His word come to pass, and He's going to have these judgments come to pass. He's going to have these destructions come to pass, because the time of friendliness, the time of peace, all right, that's going to come again in its fullness in the kingdom. But hey, we passed that, man. All right, we're past that time of compassion towards the other nations. You know, when we tried that, they did nothing but kill us. You know, so we're not about that. We're about serving the Lord and sending a righteous sacrifices so that we may be a part of His fold, so that we may be, so that we may dwell in the house of the Lord. Hey, did not David say that in Psalm 23? I believe Psalms 23 and 6. He says, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." You know, we want to dwell in the house of the Lord forever, man. We tired of this house. This fucking place, man. You know, it's like when you got you know, it's like if you living in, like, I remember a few years ago moving to Florida. It was the worst fucking apartment I ever stayed in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this shit terrible, man. I can't wait to get the fuck up out of here, man. Hey, you know, I can't wait to get the fuck up out of here. It's just a bad neighborhood. The house is bad. Fucking water leaking through the ceiling. Fucking, you know, trash and shit outside. It was just a fucked up environment, man. That's how Babylon is, man. So we want to enter into the house of the Lord, man. Because, you know, right now, and spiritually we're doing that through His word right now, but we want to dwell in the kingdom of heaven, man. We're tired of this place. We're ready to go home. We're, what is it called? Sentient beings, man. We're beings that are not of this realm, man. You know? And so it's time for us to break through this flesh and for the Lord to give us something new so that we may find peace. We tired of living in this fucking nightmare, man. And that's the problem with Jake. Jake don't think it's a nightmare. You know, like the brother brought out, what's that, Psalms 126 the other day. He said, we will be like those that dream. You know? Time to get the fuck up out of here, man. You talking about that, anything?
I got
It's not in season, but
No.
I mean, always in spirit.
It's always in season.
Come, always.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 6, it reads, "How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty Yahweh." Alright, we'll skip down to verse 9. "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and He shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." Alright, that's just plain and simple, man. Alright, if you don't get right with the Lord, man, alright, you're going to be destroyed. Alright, along with the Babylon, which is known as America according to the scriptures. Alright, and skip down to verse 11. "And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease." Alright, the 2/3. Alright, these heathens. "And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." Alright, so, you know, at this point blank period, you know, it's been on my spirit, you know, to bring that out.
This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 9. Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scripture, all right, not knowing, they rather choose having a gun, over spiritual powers, man. And I got one last scripture. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 8 says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. All right, so the Lord, you're going to get your reward for being wicked. All right, it says, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And I was thinking about that because when you was just speaking out here, Shai, you can just hear the complaining, man. We, the just, are constantly complaining, man. All right, and the innocent blood is crying out, man. Just like Yahweh Shai, he was innocent, man. All right, his blood was crying out to the Lord.
Yep.
All right,
like Abel. Just like Abel, Cain and Abel. He says, I hear the blood of your brother Abel crying from the ground. You know what I'm saying? That was Yahweh Shai. That's us spiritually now. You know what I'm saying? We're crying into the Lord from the ground, man. He hears our spirits. He's really saying, like, I know your brother is dead. You know what I'm saying? What happened? But nonetheless, we're spiritually crying to the Lord from the ground, man. And that's why we got to get out of here. So this New Year's Eve of destruction, Lord willing, this be our last year. But,
this the last year. This might be the last year. And that means, this might be the last year for our people to get right. Mm-hmm. All right, and you don't know when the Lord said He's gonna come as a thief in the night.
Mark 5 and 7. Make no tarry and turn to the Lord, because His wrath can come suddenly upon you, man. All right.
I got a quickie, but I was just thinking about a precept that just came to my mind. It was like, what is it? The blood is the life of the body. The blood of Yahweh Shai is the life of the body, man. But this is Isaiah 45, verse 22. Actually, Salakia 48, verse 22. It says, there is no peace, saith the Lord, unto the wicked. Period. That's it.
All right, man. So, hey, New Year's Eve of destruction, man. We're about to wrap it up. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. Lord willing, this be our last year upon this place. This be our last year, New Year Eve of destruction. Hey, brothers, get ready to watch the apostles and see what's going down. With that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the house of David, the elect. Until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.